Alright, what is up guys? We're going to do another fly tying tutorial. Today we'll be tying Loren Williams F Plus dry fly. If you have not seen my confidence fly video, I'll leave the link in the description and in the card or whatever. But this is one of my favorite dry flies for fishing dry dropper with. It's a really suggestive pattern, it's a real buggy pattern. It's just a fly I just have a lot of confidence in, and it floats really good. We'll go through some of the materials and talk about why it does float so good, and just kind of go through that stuff. But this is one of my favorite dry flies. I've had a lot of luck with it, especially fishing the Colorado River. Have one of my better dry fly nights on it. So I just cut about, I don't know, 8 or 9 Coq de Leon filaments. We're just going to tie those in at the back. That'll be our tail. I don't put a whole lot of stock in tail length, so just do whatever you think is right. Snip that off. So now we're going to take our foam. And we cut a section of foam, maybe, I don't know, 4 times the width of the shank, about a half the hook gap, 2/3 the hook gap, and we just tie that in nice and tight. And so this foam, this is essentially Egan's corn-fed caddis, but with the addition of this foam, and this foam just adds some extra flotation, holds up better in a little bit wonkier currents, kind of, you know, eddies and stuff, where it's not all consistent, nice and flat like a dry fly riffle. So we tie that in at the back, fold that over, and we just make some segments out of it. Some tight segments, a couple wraps, blow it, pull that tight. Let's give me another segment there, wrap. Tight. Let's get that segment right there. Maybe one more. Let's pull that there. Nice segment there. Wrap that. We'll pull this tight. Cut it as close as we can. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our col de canard, our CDC, really floatable material. We're going to take 6 pieces of it. So this is the blue-winged olive. I really like this pattern in a natural dun, but unfortunately I can't find my CDC for that right now. So we're going to take 6 of these feathers. We're just going to line up the tips. So there's 3, 4, and 6. So we got the tips lined up. We're going to go about that much, about maybe half the tail, or close to the end of it. We're just going to tie that in. Oh, broke my thread. Broke my thread. And it's maybe not. Just gonna get some securing wraps there. We'll cut all this noise off. Get rid of this extra thread. Tie that in and secure that because I just smashed my thread. So we got that nice back wing, and then we're just going to make a dubbing loop. That dubbing loop, never used this tool before, but we're going to try it. And that goes. So we're just going to take one of our CDC feathers, kind of stroke the sides, and just kind of pull off one side of the feather. Take those, put them in our dubbing loop. And then try to get the same one. Take the other side, strip that off. Switcheroo with the hands. And put that guy in our dubbing loop. Now we're just going to spin that. Spin that nice and good. Come on. So there's our head. And we wrap that in front of that back wing. We make kind of the head like such. And hold that up top. Tie her off. Cut the excess here. Pull this back a little bit, put a couple wraps. And we give her a wet finish. Oh, broken thread again. And we whip finish. Cut all this excess, clean her up. And that's all I got to say about that.